Honorable Minister Robert Persson, Minister of Natural Resources and the Environment of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, and all the other representatives of government of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, my fellow colleagues ambassadors, Nikolai Smirnov z Rossijské federaci, Lolita Applewhite of CARICOM, Luis Gilberto Seixas de Andrade do Brazil, and Brent Hart of the United States of America, representatives of other diplomatic corps, institutions here, including the honorary consuls of Germany, Austria, and France, ladies and gentlemen, representatives of media, all the special invitees. It's my great honor to be able to speak here in front of you, and I have like 3 sections of my speech. I would like to tell you why the European Union, why on the Guyana Shield Initiative, and then elaborate a little bit more in detail on the single projects we are here financing. So, today, the European Union has political and financial responsibility for over 11% of the world's public aid, official development assistance, if you wish, compared with 5% only in 1985. The primary aim of the European Union own development policy, agreed a couple of years ago, is the eradication of poverty. To enhance its impact, the European Union, the European Union is targeting its assistance on 6 priority areas: trade and development, regional integration and cooperation, support to macroeconomic policies, and equitable access to social services, transport, food security and sustainable rural development, institutional capacity building, good governance, and the rule of law. In addition to these core areas, important cross-cutting issues are being mainstreamed into development activities, namely human rights, gender equality, the environment, and conflict prevention. So I will repeat, the environment. When it comes to the very Guyana Shield Initiative, so we know that Guyana Shield region covers over 2.5 million square kilometers. It extends from Colombia in the west to the Brazilian state of Amapá in the east, including the Venezuelan states of Delta Amacuro, Bolivar, and Amazonas, all of Guyana, Suriname, and French Guyana, and continuing into the Brazilian states of Pará, Roraima, and Amazonas. Conservation of the Guyana Shield region is of great importance in the global battle against climate change. It sequesters and stores vast amounts of carbon dioxide. The region contains 10 to 15% of the world's freshwater reserves and an extremely rich diversity of plants and animals, most of which are unique to this region. Most importantly, the region is still largely inhabited by thriving indigenous communities, whose knowledge and skills are indispensable for proper conservation of the region and a great asset to world culture. So the EU co-financed first phase of the Guyana Shield Initiative to the tune of roughly over 1,676,000 euros. This new phase is also being co-financed by the European Union with a budget of roughly 1.5 million euros and a similar contribution of EU member state, the Netherlands. So the total of roughly 3 million, therefore, is coming from Europe. This proves the importance that Europe places on protecting biodiversity in South America. Collaboration between countries such as Brazil, Colombia, Guyana, and Suriname, and the French Guyana in it, and we wish everybody that Venezuela would be on board anytime soon, could serve to reinforce integration on environment issues in the region. The European Union gives a lot of attention to environment and natural resources management, particularly in the fields of climate change, sustainable energy, biological diversity, forest governance, and green economy. For the period of 2011-2013, an indicative budget of 517 million euros is available to support such initiatives worldwide. In this context, the European Union also supports the Guyana Mangrove Restoration Project, Sustainable Coastal Zone Protection, Mangrove Management, with a budget of roughly over 4 million euros. In the area of sustainable energy promotion, the European Union supports the development of micro hydropower system on the Chiung River, Kato Region 8, with a budget of roughly close to 2 million euros. The project has been launched recently in the beginning of February, I think. In the field of environment, the European Union is supporting the chainsaw milling project of Tropenbos, which is a Dutch organization, in its second phase of implementation with a contribution of, once again, almost roughly 2 million euros from the budget line thematic program for environment and sustainable management of natural resources, including energy. The objective of the project is to promote sustainable chainsaw milling for local forest communities with the goal of supporting the integration of legal and legitimate domestic timber markets into voluntary partnership agreements. This project is completely in line with the Forest Law Enforcement Governance and Trade (FLEGT) Action Plan, which sets out a program of action that forms the European Union's response to the problems of illegal logging and the trade in associated timber products. A cornerstone of the FLEGT Action Plan is the negotiation of so-called Voluntary Partnership Agreement (VPAs) between the EU and timber-producing countries, leading among others to the establishment of a licensing system for trade in legal timber. As you might know, the government of Guyana, as part of the Memorandum of Understanding with Norway, has agreed to enter into dialogue with the EU with the purpose of joining the FLEGT process towards a voluntary partnership agreement. The first phase of the Guyana Shield Initiative and the Chainsaw Milling Project worked closely with Ivo Krama International Center for Rainforest Conservation and Development. This well-established center also received specific funding from the EU for a sustainable tourism and fisheries project which started in December 2009 in the amount of roughly 270,000 euros. So this was a little bit of overview of the funds which European Union has reserved for that. So our task, all the stakeholders here, Guyanese government, other stakeholders involved, is to deploy the money effectively for the sake of the very ideas of ecology, of preserving the cultures, etc., etc. Let me conclude with saying that it will be the beginning of the mandate, my big privilege to be cooperating with all of you on this matter. Thank you very much.